look at the Big Ten standings right now, the top two teams, the only two undefeated teams in the conference, are the two teams in the state of Michigan. The Wolverines are sitting here at 13-3, and 5-0 in the Big Ten. They had a 91-75 win over Washington today. Vlad had 19-7. It was kind of a quiet night for Danny Wolf. Namari Burnett didn't miss a shot. He looked like a young ant right out there. So we talked about, there you go.
Absolutely.
That's what Ant Wright was. He wasn't Michigan State.
He left him wide open.
Left him wide open. We talked about the Achilles heel with Michigan State being the 3-point shooting, and with Michigan, it's turnovers. Like, you can't turn the ball over on 20% of your possessions and be able to find a way to make a run. Like, I want to buy in all the way on Michigan. I love what they can do offensively. I love the Danny Wolf, Vlad Golden pick and rolls. I think that they got role players. I don't know if they really got a guy like a superstar. I don't know if they really got a point guard. I don't know if it really matters, but I just can't get behind this idea that, you're going to turn the ball over 1 out of every 5 times down the floor and be able to make a run to the Final Four, because it's going to catch you just like it did against Wake Forest, just like it did against Arkansas, and just like it did against Oklahoma. And all 3 of those losses now, Ant, don't look as good as they looked at the time.
Yeah, Iowa too. I mean, but, Iowa was a game where they had a shot to win at the end. They just happened to miss. In those games too, like, Michigan dominated throughout all 3 of those games. So it's not a situation where I've seen the best team to play Michigan this year was Wisconsin. Wisconsin is the one team where Michigan did not have at least a 12-point lead. That's the only game. And when it comes to taking care of the rock, I think Danny has gotten better with his turnovers. Even if he has 3 or 4, they're not the same 3 or 4. Because before, like, he was throwing some live ball turnovers. He was getting picked. There was runouts. At least his turnovers now, there's a lot of dead ball stuff. It's a lot of stuff underneath the basket where at least guys
throw it out of bounds, man. Don't give up the pick 6 layups. Throw that thing out of bounds. Like, throw it over the top of somebody. Kick it out. Kick it to the other team's bench. Like, don't give them those free layups.
Exactly. Trey Donaldson's also been really good this year. Really nice surprise in terms of being able to, shoot the rock, get to the basket. I love his energy. Like, you saw in the UCLA game when, guys were out, guys had foul trouble, and he's just hitting like logo threes like it's absolutely nothing. I think they missed Roddy Gale in that UCLA game. I know they controlled the game. They went up 18. They went down by 4. They went up and won by 19. I think they still missed him as someone who can really attack ball pressure. And having him and Namari being able to get to the rack and be serviceable from 3, and the way that the Danny Wolf and Vlad Golden pick and roll thing works, I'm so glad I'm not in college now trying to guard that, because I don't know how you do it. But it's kind of nasty. But one thing that this team needs to do is they need to find a way to don't let a mistake snowball, because that's what's been happening a lot in these games where they go up and then within like seconds, like they're minus 15. And it's because they let mistakes over like 8 possessions. There's like 6 or 7 terrible mistakes. If they can mitigate that, I think they'll be okay. Both Michigan and Michigan State are undefeated. I do like Michigan's wins more because they have beaten Wisconsin and they have beaten UCLA. Michigan State does have a decent win against Nebraska at home, but Nebraska away from home is like Rutgers right now. They need to kind of figure that out. But I do like Michigan's wins a bit better based off who they played. But yeah, like, we'll see as the game comes up and the schedules work themselves out.
I just think every time I turn on Michigan, like, what an incredible job Dusty May did in roster building. Like, the way these pieces fit together is just fantastic. And obviously so much of the talk is about Wolf and Golden, but Donaldson as a guy who can manage the game and make threes, Gale who can handle the ball and be physical and gives you that more toughness. Burnett shot the cover off the ball. Sam Walters is a big-time shot maker. You got Cheddar off the bench who can shoot it. Like, this is the modern way you want to build it. And again, it becomes a lot easier when you have the 7-foot point guard and Danny Wolf. That makes things look good no matter what you're doing. But they did a heck of a job basically starting from spring and building a Big Ten championship caliber team in Ann Arbor.
Yeah, you know what's wild about that too, Sweeney's? I think a lot of us were like, how are you going to play Danny Wolf and Vlad together in the summer? I was certainly like, you're going to play 2 7-footers together. Dusty, what are you doing, man?
I told everyone it's going to work. I told people, they didn't believe me, bro. They didn't believe me. I got so many receipts, bro. Like, they're like, yeah, but, Wolf committed. Oh, man, does that mean Golden's out? I'm like, no, bro. Like, this has nothing to do with the other. Like, they can play together. Cheese, they can play all together because Danny and Cheese can both shoot it, and they could both somewhat. Danny's much better with the ball, but Cheddar can drive it. And then when you have Golden, he's more of a 5 for sure. But those 3 guys you can get 2 of any, and it's gonna work for sure.
Mm-hmm. Sweeney?
All I'm saying, let's circle that Friday, January 24th. Michigan at Purdue at Mackey. That place is going to be electric. And I think this Purdue team has been super overlooked. Like, I don't think people are talking about how dominant they've been lately, how elite Braden Smith has been. Like, we go Big Ten contenders. Everybody wants to talk Michigan State. They want to talk Michigan. They want to talk Illinois. Purdue's still the king until someone knocks them off. And they've been playing great. They have the best point guard. They have the best coach. And they're the best venue in college basketball. Do not sleep on this Purdue group. I'm excited about this Big Ten. It's just such a loaded Big Ten race. That's the thing I think that's so much fun. It's the traditional brands. They all play different ways. There's star power at the top of all these rosters. Like, it is going to be a fun next 6 to 8 weeks in the Big Ten Conference.
Yeah,